Now you listen to me real good. I've told you once, I said it 1,000 times. You get out of those pagan, satanic, religious, Christian churches. Christians do not follow the commandments of the Bible. Christians do what they want to do. They make up their own laws, their own rules, and their own regulations. Come out of her, my people, and come out from among them. And it's real simple and easy to ascertain who are these people you need to come out from. Easy. Number one, if they keep Sunday, that's an automatic sign that you need to not have any fellowship with these commandment-breaking, wicked deceivers and seducers and bewitchers of the truth. Simple.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let's give a wave offering to y'all, all right? Glory to the King. Thank you. Thank you very much, son. Dog it. No sooner as he cleaned it, man, I messed it up. Hallelujah. We bless his holy name. All right, Abba Yah, we do thank you for all things, bringing us to another Shabbat, testing us, proving us, and trying us. We thank you for allowing us to come through it. We ask humbly that we need to understand and open. Only you can open it, that we might understand the scriptures. We need this truth imparted in us so we can grow, to be prepared to rule in the kingdom. We thank you for all the law, the prophets, the apostles, all the wonderful disciples that went on before us, a great cloud of witness. I hope that we would do them justice in our lives, Father. In the magnificent name of Yahshua, speak to us your word of truth. Hallelujah. You may be seated. I figure we go a little while longer so we can make sure there ain't no residue of the foulness of that wicked spirit is around. You know what I mean? Hope y'all learned a lot, though. Huh? Hope y'all learned a lot. And plus, it ain't as humid as it was the other day. Y'all be all right. Ain't nothing wrong with you taking a bath anyway. There ain't no water shortage in America. Lord to the King. Athletes know what it means to be sweaty and stinky all the time, don't you? You see that right? That right. Hallelujah. Oh, I tell you, these Sabbaths never cease to amaze, do they? We're going to be in classroom today, so while we're getting ready to read a few letters here, y'all make sure y'all have something. If y'all not going to pay attention, I think y'all going to pay attention, but you're going to need to write this stuff down. You really, truly are, because I think what we're going to do is start over in the beginning and work our way up to get in a comprehension of where we're at and what we should be, understanding who we are as a people, but more important, who he is. Hallelujah. Come on, Sister Ashley. Let's go ahead and get these letters out of the way.
Hello, Pastor Dowell. I have a question in regards to an excommunicated member of Straitway. Due to his presence and following, I don't want to give this person's name. You know,
these excommunicated people seem to keep coming up a lot, don't they? What's the old saying in the financial realm? It seems to be systemic. Is that right, Brother Scott? It seems to be systemic. You know, constantly coming back again and again and again and again and again. Man, y'all realize that if we wasn't effective as a ministry, nobody would be paying attention to us. Y'all do realize that, right? Y'all get that, right? And the only reason why I pay attention to us is because it's hard to be ignored. You know, that enemy got us like this, but he don't know we got him like it. Hallelujah. Read on.
I came to know this man, due to his presence and following, I don't want to give this person's name, and I came to know this man via YouTube. We spoke, and shortly after speaking, I became his second wife, moved on to his land, and brought my child with me.
All right, we got problems here. Well, the reason why we have problems is, you see, we do not dissent against biblical marriage. But however, there's an order to everything. Can somebody say order? Order. The reason why the order is there is so you'll stop pissing and crapping on yourselves. So you don't make these mistakes and then come back and say later on, well, I'm sorry, and then ruin your life. Really. I mean, we need, with the way that the world gathers up everybody with all these pagan religions and stuff, we need to be, just like the Muslims do, be birthing these people out of America.
That's right. It's true. Come on, man.
How do you think a lot of these big churches got started? How do you think the Mormons got so big? That's a large religion. They got big because they reared and raised their children in the faith. And that world pulls and tugs. But see, the reason why we're trying to follow the biblical order, but we all need to realize that we have been without the biblical order. And of course, y'all realize we are a rebellious generation. We don't want nobody telling us what to do, but we want to tell everybody what to do. We don't want to be under no laws, but we want people to follow our law. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? And laws are there for checks and balances to make sure that things don't go awry. All right, start this over again. This is a good question. This is a good statement right here, all right? Let's listen to this.
I came to know this man via YouTube.
Via what? He came to know him via YouTube.
We spoke, and shortly after speaking, I became his second wife, moved onto his land, and brought my child with me.
Now, my question is this. We know that in order for a man to be able to take a wife, right, you should have the approval from the father. Is that correct? Correct. We also realize that we are scattered into all these different nations, and that people don't even have father. Half of them don't even have mothers. They don't have nobody. In other words, there's no order to the institution. You follow me? And so what you have is you got people, well, I want to go and join, be a part of this, or I want this wife and I want that wife, and they making agreements amongst themselves, and then they throw out all the instructions.
That's right.
You hear me? They throw out all the instructions. There's about 50 women out there would love to be my wife. You know the reason why? Because I'm a man of order.
Come on. Correct. You are. Come on.
Now, the wives wouldn't want sister wives, but in my book, it's totally irrelevant. I'm the man.
That's right.
It's my house.
Yes. Right. Right. Come on, Pastor.
That's how you know I'm a man, because it's my house. I do what I want in my house.
Hallelujah.
I don't seek no approval of no woman. Never have. Ask her. She's sitting right there. At times I would consult and say, what do you think about this? And I would listen, and I'd consider. But guess who the final decision still is? And most people today don't know how to be a man, because America is so emasculated you. Watch, stand up and try to be a man, and when Jezebel been ruling all this time, see what happens. Jezebel on that roost, boy. And once she been on top of that mountain for that long time, and you, whoa, boy, you think you're going to knock her off that pedestal? You are finished.
Come on.
They should have called Jezebel a ram. The ram of the devil. And you should call men worms. They got a statement in this world right here in America, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. That's what they say over here in America. And I say, where the hell that come from if I ain't happy? The whole damn house ain't going to be happy. See, that's order. And that's not saying that we're ruling with a rod of iron. You don't have to when you have order. If I was 20 years old and walking in his righteousness, and I had a righteous order of elders and pastors in front of me, by the time I was 40, I tell you right now, I'd have had 8 wives and about 50 children. Now I would have had to work my ass off. That's what a man don't want to do today. If a man don't work, he shouldn't. But men want everybody else to work. This is what they're doing out there. They're gathering all these wives, and they're putting them to work, and they're studying. They studying. Y'all hear me? And they are what? Study. That's the reason why people got to do away with the New Testament, because the New Testament, we're going to hear it again, okay? The apostles, all the emissaries and disciples, that thing that you call a New Testament is not the New Testament. That is a message of the Messiah called the Gospels, and then letters how they dealt with the Israelites or the assembly who had been in the captivity all these many years, and they're trying to restore them back to order. So whenever they would make journeys to Rome, they had a letter to the Romans. When they had to make a journey to Ephesus, they had to deal with the issues there at Ephesus. Notice we don't have all the books saying the same. Every place had something different that needed to be dealt with. Is that making sense? That's why you got all these letters, and then we have the revelations. You follow me? Am I making any sense? The renewed covenant, according to the prophets, is his laws and his spirit in here, written on the tables of your heart. You can read it in Jeremiah 31. You can start there. That's the renewed covenant. So when people are talking about doing away with books, that's a nonsensical argument. Is that making any sense? Y'all gonna wake up out of sleep? Y'all gonna need to really hear today. And so you see on YouTube, everybody out there going and making their whole entire lives known. It's none of the world business. Because what you're going to do is you're going to cause this system, who is totally lawless, to start coming down on you.
That's right.
Now, if you had a boyfriend for a husband, they wouldn't say nothing.
Come on, tell the truth.
You have to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. I got a bunch of wives, and I ain't shaming none of them.
That's right.
But it ain't none of your damn business.
That's right.
Since when did we go around asking who you married to? How many wives you got? Ain't nobody ever asked that question. Well, I need to ask is in your understanding, how many bastards you done created and you ain't taking care of them? In your understanding. These damn liars. See, everybody doing that which is right in their own eyes, creating a lawless nation with no order whatsoever at all. You got the younger women, they want to talk to the older women, but they don't want to do what the older women tell them.
That's right.
Say it, Pastor. That's true. Come on. That's true. True.
I got women talking to my wives all the time, wearing them out, but don't want to do a thing that they say. I don't care how perfect in order they look, how obedient they are, how submissive and humble they are, but they don't want to obey a damn thing. Likewise, you mothers, I'm putting that word in myself, you teach these dumb daughters, and these dumb daughters today ain't going to listen to nothing you got to say, because you know why? They got the internet and Google and Wikipedia, and they're more smarter than you.
Wow. Break it down, Chef. Come on. Come on with me. Break it down. That's good.
That's New Testament Torah. It's the truth. What was our problem back in the days of the law? Every man doing that which is right in his what? Own eyes. What's the problem today? Every man doing that which is right in his, they don't want checks and balances. All we're trying to do is just make sure that this thing go forth in righteousness. Because we don't do this, we're going to be a nation of lawlessness again. And so when people don't want to obey the laws the way that Yah has established it through the order that we have set up here, and if you don't want to obey, we got to get rid of you. Because you're going to embolden somebody else to want to be breaking the laws, walking after their own order in their own mind. Got some news for you. Every time a pastor, elder, a preacher, teacher, anytime they make any order or any law around here that's according to Torah, guess who got to obey it first? They do. Now, I ain't stupid. I'm not like America with these clean mouths and filthy lives. I tell the straight up truth. Men and women have desires. Period. And many of you done made so many mistakes. Ain't you tired of making them? We got a great cloud of witnesses right in front of us. You're seeing men established, marrying young virgins. And you're watching beautiful homes, but you still don't want that. I know you can't get it now that you ain't no virgin no more. It's sad. Even if you have an example in front of you, you don't even want it. Don't want it. Burn it. So we have to have law and order. This ain't Christianity where you come and check in a few hours and then you go out there and live out in the world and do whatever you want. That's one good thing about the community. There's always eyes on everybody. You can't be running, ducking, dodging, and hiding and doing all this stuff. Everybody. The eyes of the Most High are everywhere, beholding the good and evil. Y'all didn't see how I reacted up here last week? What does he that sat on the circle of earth do? He laughs, don't he? That's the same thing I do. This stuff becomes so outlandish, it's funny nowadays. I mean, really, I understand y'all be peed off, but I be cracking up on it. I was like, what in the world is next? What more can the devil do? The problem is these base minds. In this system, they said, okay, hey, we got a jury system. You do something or something goes on, you can get a jury of your peers. You got confidence in your peers? Look how the jury is judging. Every time somebody gets shot and killed in this country, the police go free. That's a jury of your peers? What are they saying to these jurors? What's really going on? I ain't got no confidence in this ignorant world we live in. None. Zero, zilch, nada. I have confidence in him. And see, and this is the problem. This is no one of these situations right here where nobody wants to be under no order. Everybody's under Yahweh. And he says, obey them that have the rule. Yah, he's not talking about them and Yah, himself. But see, these people ain't got no rule. Obey them that have the rule. So who got the rule over you? Ain't nobody ruling over me. I know that. That's why your life is piss and shit. Because ain't nobody going to rule over you. You can't even rule over your own self. You don't believe me? Bind yourself by these laws and let's see how you do. See how rebellious we are? So you mean to tell me that it's written that somebody has the rule, but yet and still we ain't got to obey nobody? You mean to tell me we got to obey nobody? Who's got the rule then? Sorry, children. Mom has the rule over you. Mom, Father has the rule over you. Father, Christ has the rule over you. That's the problem right there, because since we can't see him, y'all hear that? We can't see it. We make up our own Christ. Christ knew it was going to happen. That's why he said, and he gave some apostles, some prophets, some evangelists, pastors, and teachers. For what? To rule over you. Why we got to have somebody to govern us? Because you can't govern yourself. You don't believe me? Look at our history. Perpetual slavery. How do we get there? And some of you say, I wouldn't have been like it, but how are you today? That's exactly how you would have been. You don't sit up there and paint a picture that you all this, that, and a bag of chips. GMO free too. See, your head's so inflated, you think a lot of yourself.
That's right.
They ordained. Paul told Timothy and them, I want you to go to every city and ordain elders. What are they there for? Just to have a title elder?
No, sir.
They there to what? Rule over you. Obey them. Do that. Have the rule over you. And don't worry about it. You don't want to obey. You're going to rule. The world's going to rule you. You don't believe me? They're going to tell you what time to get up. Now I ain't going to tell you what time to get to work. Really? All right. They're going to tell you what time to get to work. Now, get up when you want to and don't go to work. And when you get to work, guess what? Somebody is going to rule over you. And then they're going to tell you when you can clock out and go home. Now, if you don't like all that tyranny, then go be free. Only one problem. You have no survival skills. You ain't ready to live like Daniel Boone.
No.
So what you going to do? You going to go back to somebody had a rule. You going to go and beg for a job so somebody can rule you.
Bring it down, Shepherd. Bring it down.
And they're going to give you slave wages.
That's right.
And you're going to receive your check. Thank you, master. Oh, no, I ain't. See, you need to wake up. You ain't trying to be self-sufficient. Look at him looking. So just when you think you got problems if you can't obey. Let me tell you something. As long as you live in this earth and in the kingdom, somebody is always going to rule over you.
That's right.
Now, you get to pick and choose if the rule going to be a righteous rule or an unrighteous rule. What's the rule? Wives. I'm going to give you this husband, and he is going to rule over you. You're going to, he ain't rule. I don't like that word. He ain't rule. Obey. What? Yeah, not only that, you submit to him as you would to Yeshua. How y'all doing? Would you cop an attitude with Yeshua?
Come on. Come on.
Would y'all?
Bring it down. Come on, Shepherd.
Come on. Wives, would you cop an attitude with Yeshua? Would you? You run your mouth all the time. We ask you a question. You ain't got nothing to say in here, though, do you? I don't know how y'all liars. You know how? Because Yeshua is your husband sitting in front of you. You cop an attitude with him then? Especially one that submits to the law, statutes, and commandments. One that is filled with the Ruach. See, we so damn double-minded, two-spirit. 1 minute, the wife come to y'all. And, would y'all please pray for my husband that he come on in the faith? Then the man finally, poof, y'all hits him. He comes into the faith. He starts rolling. I got a problem. My husband this, my husband that. He ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. He got that. You asked for a ruler. Well, I wasn't asking and expecting this. No, you wanted a kingdom where you could rule. After your laws, your legislation. You have the executive order here. Now this man comes in and like a king and priest, all of a sudden, what? Wait a minute, I ain't got no say-so no more. Nope. Hallelujah. Guess what? Ask yourself a question. Men, are we not under Yeshua? Yes. Huh? Yes. Does he ever entertain us asking questions of him? It's pretty simple. You read it, that's it. Ain't no room for misunderstanding. There it is. You just shut the hell up, don't do what I tell you. But you got problems. I got questions. I'm sure you do. Children, they don't think mom and dad is doing right. Really. Let me see, you've been living 12, 13, 14 years. They what, 40, 50 years? You don't think they're doing right? What wisdom are you drawing from? Huh? Nickelodeon? Sesame Street? Real good parents, they don't care nothing about what their children think. They can't even decide what they want for breakfast in the morning. You're going to start asking them what? No, you eat what's set before you, and you ask no. Mama, I want this. Oh, you make the mistake. Do you want this? Big mistake.
Big mistake.
Big mistake. You're changing the order.
Yes. Preach. Bring it out.
See what I'm talking about? Most of you don't want no righteous rule. No, you don't. Most of you men, you don't want a submissive wife. Because then you won't have nobody to holler and scream at. You don't want a submissive wife. And most of you wives, you don't want a husband that is strong and as a leader. You bitch, gripe, complain, murmur about that. You do it about everything anyway. If the world is even a tenth off of its spirit, you will complain about that too. Why don't it get back on its axis? You don't want to put it off its axis. I'm saying it's the problem is in unregenerated nature. That's the problem. If we submit to Yah, all of us, be we male or female, we are obeying the rule. A wife that says she can obey Yah, but she can't obey her husband is a liar.
Yes. Truly.
Period. Now, who wrote that? Don't worry about it. You're going to have a chance to answer for it. There's nothing that's going to be hid. Everything is open in Shemayim. Yep. We're going to be judged according to every, watch this, idle word. You understand that? You know what an idle word is? Words without thought. Words you just let come flying out all over the place. And y'all's going to judge the intent of those words. Why did you say that? Now, what does your role say, man? What does your role say, woman? What does your role say, child? That's how you're going to be judged. Yes. Not according to your feelings and emotions and how you think. So when people don't want no wrong, they make up new church laws. We all elders. We don't have to have nobody telling us what to do. And then they go make mistakes. And they're not even under this order, henceforth a letter. I can't tell you how much mail I get. The first thing I ask, who are you? Do I know you? Where's your pastor? If it's a woman, I said, you mean tell me you ain't got no mothers where you are? There ain't no wise mothers anywhere. Yeah, it is. But look at them looking. See? Rule. So this is one of these situations right here. Read on.
I became his second wife, moved onto his land, and brought my child with me. Before getting into this further little background, at the time of talking to this person, I was still within a marriage in which I had a child, and we were in the middle of a divorce. You
are not, see, you ain't never in the middle of a divorce. You either married or unmarried. That's how the world talk. What do you mean in the middle of divorce? The state hasn't signed the papers of release yet. As soon as the separation took place, go look up the word separation. You are divorced.
Yes. Right.
See how we talk? Third lips, double tongue, forked tongue. We even think that way. Yes. I'm in the middle of. How you get in the middle of a divorce? I want somebody that's really smart explain that one to me. How do you get in a middle? You either married or unmarried. That's the status according to the book. Middle of the middle. Middle. This talk, Y'all see how I keep telling you what it takes to try to remove this mind away from us? This is rough. It's really rough. I mean, it's burnt, etched in there. Read on.
Meeting this person sped up the divorce. So I uprooted my life.
Meeting this person sped up the divorce. So you did what?
Uprooted my life.
You uprooted your life.
And child's life to be with this man. Once I arrived, 2 weeks after, he told me to get rid of my child and said there was a biblical basis for it. After considering it heavily, I decided not to give up my daughter. And now...
Oh.
2 weeks.
Brother Shane, you got the Apocrypha? Go to Ecclesiasticus, the 4th chapter. Start at verse 7. I want y'all to tell the truth. We look for people that's going to tell us what we want to hear.
Absolutely. Get in here. Come on.
You see in the Bible, when we were in our land, had our own laws? Are you getting it? You know there's an account and a story in there. Somebody was praying. Somebody was talking to the Father. And they thought that she was drunk. And the only thing she was praying because she just wanted a child. And she promised the Father she would dedicate this child to him. And when this child became a certain age, they gave the child away to a man to rear the child. So it could be dedicated to the Father. So this is where people are trying to draw this stuff from. See, they tap the word, right? So now, okay, now we're in captivity 1,000 times over. We're rebellious as a nation. We're scattered so much that only y'all know who we are. Why do you think we had this plethora of nationalities in here? Because y'all know them that he is. And I'm going to do this one more time for all you skillet dum-dums out there. Huh? Sister Lisa, could you come here, please? Elder Rufus, come here, please. Come here. Adiel. Stand right here. Lisa, you stand right here. Come over here on this side. You're going to scoot down some. And you need to scoot twice because you're a big man. You know. All right. They have him. Oh, I got this backwards. You go sit down. You go sit down too. You come here. Come here, Haley. Stand over there. I know you want to marry young, but it's all right. I'm just telling a joke. Y'all relax. Jesus, man. Okay. Stand close. Look. Their son.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Y'all seeing this, right? Yes. Their son. All right. Son is now grown. Come here, Brother Ron. Now grown. You get it? Y'all seeing this? Come here, Jordan. Y'all see this? Y'all watching this? Come here, Elias. Their son. You see what's happening? Is he an Israelite or a heathen? He's a heathen. If you follow the line of thinking, because of what?
That's right.
Young Timothy, whose father was a Greek. You follow that line of thinking? Is that right? Is that right? All right, good. See y'all later. Come on up here, Elder Rufus. Come on, Sister Lisa. Come here, Reggie. They have a son. You see that? Everybody seeing that, right? They have a son. Is that right? Yes, sir. Come on back up here, Jordan. Son gets married. Y'all hearing it? See that? Come here, Brother Paul. Come on. Come on, John. They have a son. Israelite, according to what they say. Israelite? Huh? Eh? Eh? Y'all getting this? Y'all in this? Adela, come here. Come here. Y'all seeing this, right? Come here, Israel. Look, they still Israelite, right? Yeah. Stand right there. Y'all begin to see this, right? Come here, Bree. Come here, Brina. Come here. Look at this. Israel, you come right here. Come right here, Bree. Come on. Get on. Come on, Brother Josh. Parents. Come on, Josh. Stand right here. That's your mom and daddy. You obey them. Y'all seeing what's happening? Yes. You tell me how in the hell you going to tell who's a Hebrew and who's not today? Just by looking naturally at somebody's skin. Because bottom line, if we're going to go by seed, Hebrew, 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 Hebrew. See how stupid y'all people are out there? That's the reason why the Bible says, Yah know them that are his. And the only way you can get around that is reject the New Testament. And say there ain't no such thing as no Holy Spirit because you ain't got it. But see, Yah give his spirit to them that obey him. And you ain't obeying him, you don't have his spirit, but they got it. And don't tell me this ain't happened throughout history. Thank y'all very much. Y'all, man, y'all some wonderful actors. Isn't it beautiful? Come here, Carol. Elder Donnie, come up here and stay next to Sister Carol. Right here. All right? Come here, white slave master. White slave master. Look at here, nigga. She better do it good and do it right, because she don't strap your ass up and beat you good. He going out.
What happened? Exactly what happened.
Huh? Y'all too, and you get on up there. Come on, you can go on up there too. You get your day in glory. Now, he liked her so well, he sold off her husband. Sally Hennings, Thomas Jefferson.
Don't break it down, Shep. Don't break it down. It was in class. Listen.
Have all these mulattoes. We the only people on the face of planet Earth got every designation under the sun. Black, Negroes, mulattoes, African, American, we everything, boy. Got 1,000 designations. Somewhere along down the line, now you follow me? One of them, that seed would never, ever, ever be an Israelite according to the flesh, according to what these people say.
That's right.
So how many you Negroes, mama and great-great-great-great-great-grandmama been raped by the slave master? And then our people, they hated the white skin so bad that they went and found the blackest male or female they could get. Yep. Come here, Brother Delano. All right. Thank y'all. See you later. She's like, dang it, I'm gonna do something here. And end up bringing forth these children. See you later. You getting this? Yes, sir. Come up here, Carolina. She's a product of slavery. You follow me? And she's hating every white part about her. That's what black folks do, in case y'all white folks didn't know. Because of what's been done to them. So she will find the blackest man she could. She can. And say, I'm going to have children by him. Come here, Brother Doug Bell. You get that? All these other children that came from her still came from the slave master. How in the hell you going to tell me what's a pure blood and what's not? You people out of y'all mind. You get it? Thank y'all very much. Y'all get this education? Bet y'all didn't know Pastor Dowell knew so much, did you? If I had 5 white wives, they still all Israelites. Their seed is all Israelites. Those children go out and married are nothing but all white women. Pretty soon, they ain't going to be black no more. They're going to be different plethoras of color. My brother right here, come on up here, brother. Brother Ray. From the East. Born in Iran. He didn't know his hair got like that because of what the white people did. That's how their hair got like that. Because by the time the Mongols and everybody else came and ran through that place, boy, and through the Crusades and stuff, man, that whoo, wait. And the booty of war was always the women. You ask him, is he white? He'll say, hell no, I ain't white. You white? No, they would never admit it. Sorry, y'all, for y'all painful history lesson that your school system won't tell you. Or your jackleg, bootlicking churches. Because this culture in that region, they all either look like me. Thank you very much, brother. Elder Donnie, come on, Bill. Brother Delano, come on, Bill. Come on, Brother Reggie. This is the region of the East. That's why you look on the hieroglyphics, you see all this. All these different plethoras of colors. Stand up, Brother Rashad. Come on up here. This is what you see. That's why you go look at them hieroglyphics, you go, man, that look just like Uncle Baba. Y'all said we hate our culture. We hate Yah so bad. He said, don't worry about it. I got some hatred for you. I'm going to scatter you as the sands of the sea. I'm going to scatter you from one end of this earth to the next. That's what the prophecy say. And no matter what land you go into, you ain't going to have no dwelling place. You're going to be in fear of your life. Even when it's day or night, makes no difference. Bless y'all. Come on over with Haley, Caroline, Jordan, and Sister Carol. Come on. Come on up here, Sister Nellie. By the time the white man got finished beating the hell out of everybody and separating them and stuff, some of them said, you know what? I got to do me. I got to be able to help protect and take care of me. They had no choice. That's why you would see a lot of them in the house. She would even be rejected by her own kind if she even had just a quarter of Negro in her. Many times, if she was, come here, Jordan, if she was slave master wife and she ended up having a mulatto child, they killed the baby. They killed the baby. This is painful history of the world and America. You people going to tell me you know who an Israelite is by the looking of your eyes. You out of your mind. The whole purpose of this system is to beat the manhood out of man so that they will trust in the system. Have no confidence in the male whatsoever at all. That's why you see women so damn rebellious as hell today. And they use the authority of the system as their backup in order to still bind that man. And now it doesn't make no difference who you are, because the Bible defines people today rich and poor. And do not the rich men oppress you? They're the ones who doing all this oppressing. They throw you a few little Federal Reserve notes, a good job that you had to get in debt with to go, and you think you one of them. And then you end up oppressing your own people even more so. You dumb idiots. You think you better than somebody else because you got better stuff than somebody else. You lie, you cheat, you steal, you rob, you murder, you commit adultery. But yet you better than they are. Thank y'all. Who gonna tell this truth? Huh? Now you got black folks want to go be Muslims, and you don't even know the history of them people oppressing our people. Y'all crazy. Y'all out of your mind. Y'all, all of y'all. See, unless you have the spirit of truth, you ain't gonna know nothing. Now everybody proud of who they are. Everybody proud, so patriotic, but they don't care nothing about the kingdom. Matthew 6:32 says, seek ye first the kingdom of Yah and his righteousness. You worried about if you're a northern or a southerner. I just showed you clearly that a white man can easily be an Israelite. Anybody could. And that's after the flesh. But we, henceforth, according to the word, are supposed to know no man no more after the flesh. You know why? Because flesh and blood is not going to inherit the kingdom of Yah. Flesh and blood are going to inherit worms. Straight up worms. You're supposed to know people by the Spirit, right? And then he defines for us what the fruits of the Spirit are. Said all that just so we can get an understanding to go back over here to this. So we got a woman that's, because this man has no eldership, no priesthood, nobody over him, no nothing. He's all by himself. See, we want to be Israelites, but we want to function like Americans, Americans/Mormons. Read on.
I uprooted my life and child's life to be with this man, and once I arrived, 2 weeks after he
Stop. Ecclesiastes, the 4th chapter, start at the 7th verse, Brother Shane. We're going to read on down to 10. Listen.
Get thyself the love of the congregation,
Y'all hear that? Read on.
and bow thy head to a great man.
And people get mad because people do that to me all the time. You'll see them, man. You'll see young men and old men. People get upset because they haven't earned that. Trust is not given, it's earned. Unless you're a fool. Read on.
Let it not grieve thee to bow down thine ear to the poor,
Y'all hear that? Read on.
and give him a friendly answer with meekness.
Y'all hear that? Always give the poor a friendly answer with what? Meekness. But after the order of this world, if you think you're better than the poor, well, how do you answer? You look up, you harshness, and there's just an arrogance and about you, or just a stench about you. Read on.
Deliver him that suffereth wrong from the hand of the oppressor.
Deliver him that suffer wrong from the hand of what?
The oppressor.
The oppressor. Come on.
And be not faint-hearted when thou sittest in judgment.
You hear that? Don't be faint-hearted when you sit in judgment. Some of you think you can sit in judgment of others and stuff, but see, most of you, you'll take a bribe. You can't sit on this board right here of elders right here, because this ain't no time to be a weak, skillet back, spineless cockroach, yellow biscuit neck. Anything else I can add to it? Coward of a man, you sat in Yah's stead, Moses' seat. You got to pass this sentence as if the way that Yah would. Most of you, well, that's my friend. The hell with your damn friend. Ain't got nothing to do with Yah's law. So more, you're graded on a curve, and you live your life on a curve. Hypocritical mockers. Because first of all, number one, it ain't easy to sit up here. Because the way you judge, you have to live that life. And you're going to be judged. Read on.
Be as a father unto the fatherless.
Hold on, wait a minute. Be as a father unto the what?
Fatherless.
And he said he wanted her to put that child away. Be as a father unto the. Why would you want to rip a child away from their mother, you jackass? Because these men don't want to take care of them any damn way. See, this is speaking to us even at that time after all these many scatterings. Because the hypocrisy between Malachi and Matthew, between the last captivity of the Assyrians up to the captivity over here of the Romans. And it's filling in the gap. And so we have to be talked to, because remember, we don't know who we are. We don't know our laws. We bitten out the fruit of our eyes. We try to be like everybody. And so the instructions, even at that time, don't tell me you're going to jump all the way back over here in Torah. You ain't got your own land. You don't even live right.
Come on. That's right.
Be a father unto the fatherless. Read.
And instead of an husband unto their mother.
Instead of a what? Husband unto their mother. Read.
So shalt thou be as the son of the Most High.
Well, now you see, we ain't got too many sons of the Most High. If you're going to take this woman as a wife, you should put more time, energy, and effort of being a father to the children than a husband to the wife. But everybody wants to spend more time with a woman and neglect the children. Don't teach them nothing. They ain't got no time for nothing. They just little worthless on the side. You ever notice the children here at Straitway? They're very advanced. Everybody, when our children graduate school, homeschool, they got people looking for them. Letters be coming. They can play instruments. They can build. They can talk crap. And they good-looking men, too. Good-looking young men. And they strong, too. But now we want to put away the child so we can have the wife. And the reason why we do stuff like that and get away with stuff like that, because we don't want no eldership. We don't want nobody ruling over us. Because see, if somebody rule over, we're going to check you. Spiritually, we were all without fathers. Good thing Yahshua took us. You should have seen Elias when he was a little bitty boy growing up. he check out of school, first thing you do is go find the brothers. Am I right, brothers? Always want to be around the brothers so he can learn and grow up with the brothers. Now this generation ain't even really got no desire in learning anything except a bunch of foolishness. You grieve the older people that want to spend time to help you and try to make something, make you something, because they see it in you. You really ain't interested. Look at them looking. Look at all of them looking in here. We live in a time now, people don't care how much an example you are. They have an excuse for everything. Read.
Once I arrived 2 weeks after, he told me to get rid of my child and said there was a biblical basis for it. After considering...
Now, who going to check that? Who going to check that? Because he's an island by himself. And you people out here think you got fellowship with people because they're a little island over here, a little island over here to themselves, a little island over here, and then we put forth the comments, we all different. No, we shouldn't all be different. We all should be speaking the same thing.
That's right.
There's one law to the stranger as well as the homeborn. And we don't want to be together in close proximity, and we don't even want to submit to one another like the book says, because we don't want nobody ruling. Because every man is doing that which is right in his own eyes. Don't worry about it. Fill up your cup. You're going to be judged anyway. Some men's sins go before them to judgment. And then some men's sins follow after. See, all mine, I want to go before. Because I don't want nothing coming after. And some of you can't be told nothing, so guess what? Your sin is going to come after you. See what I'm talking about? Yes, sir. And that's why I keep telling you. Why, how is it that all these women all of a sudden they know how to get in touch with Straitway? You mean tell me they didn't know the order Straitway before they got in this situation?
Good question.
Huh? You mean tell me they didn't know the order Straitway when they got in this situation? They didn't know the order Straitway for it, but they know how to get in touch with us after the fact. After you done peed and crapped and threw up all over yourself. Got yourself in a bad situation. Why? Now they're looking for a pastor. Read on.
After considering it heavily, I decided not to give up my daughter, and now he is divorcing me while I am still here. And until I leave, I am still being forced to act as his wife. He is also stating that since he is divorcing me, my life will be cursed by Yah. My question is, can I still be blessed as an Israelite woman even after he hands me a bill of divorce? While being on this property, we have subjected ourselves to living conditions such as maggots, no water, little food, etc.
Damn, that sounds like Straitway when we first started. Maggots, no water, food, bugs, snakes. Look at them looking. See, what we're doing is painting a picture of how bad everything is. It wasn't bad when you got into it, though, wasn't it? You was in love with the maggots and no food, no water, no. We got to add a little jelly to it. See how we do? You can't even protect folks from themselves today. Bro, Saint, go Deuteronomy 24 real quick. We'll get started one day here. Y'all ain't got nothing else better to do. It's Sabbath. This Sabbath. So just go on and relax. Just plant your rear end and spread it.
We need this. Good work.
That's what we're here for. To get taught his ways. Read, bro, Saint. Come on, read.
When a man hath taken a wife and married her,
and married her, come on.
and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes.
In this case, it ain't no favor. This case, this is a man that is dealing treacherously. Y'all hear that? This is what's going on right here. And you know what? Who gonna check him? Ain't no priesthood. Ain't no eldership. You get it? Y'all see the reason why I've been all these years reading the Bible and pushing community? So we can be subject one to another. So we can check each other. So you don't get no wiggle room to wiggle out of stuff like this. See, people use the law to their benefit. Like them wicked judges used to do. Read on.
Because he hath found some uncleanness in her.
In this case, there ain't no uncleanness. The uncleanness is in him. But since he's going to get the bill, what voice does a woman have? You see, and these people so-called that handle the Torah and mishandle it, they know that you don't have no voice, so they misuse you and abuse you. Then people go around, well, he act like he everybody's spiritual father. No, I don't. Only to those who submit.
That's right.
Didn't Paul have sons?
Yes.
Yeah, he did. Begotten of the gospel.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, he did. So he got sons. No doubt he got daughters too then, don't he?
Yes.
See, again, that's that evil, wicked spirit that don't want nobody to be checked. I don't want nobody abusing our sons or daughters. Any way, shape, fashion, or form. We're trying to live peaceable. Not like a bunch of wicked heathens, bunch of lawless heathens. Read on.
Then let him write her a bill of divorcement
Read on.
and give it in her hand and send her out of his house.
See, right now, he ain't got no grounds for divorce. None. Read on.
And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife.
Just told you can go and be another man's wife, even though this guy unlawfully going to be putting you away. Don't worry about it. He ain't going to submit to what man says. And remember, man, y'all should be, don't even worry about the fear of man. You need to be worried about him. Because he going to be judged by the Father for that move. Now, right now, the Bible clearly says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. So we got a wicked heart. It is set like concrete for us to do evil and wicked. So we twist, warp, and distort the scriptures to suit our own minds. That's why whenever we have an ought or fault and we can't settle it between parties, brother, sister, we don't want to bring nobody else in because we're not looking for peace. We don't really truly want to be a true brother or a true sister to each other. We just want to be right all the time. I expect for you to stand your ground, but once you have been proven by a voice or authority that is greater than you, you should go ahead and submit to that judgment. And you should change your wicked mind to the right way. But we don't have that today. You following? I mean, last week I just embarrassed the living hell out of this young man by taking the road of humility.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good example.
I mean, just made him look like just a dumb ass. We think we got something, we way up here. How many times does the Bible warn you about how you ought to behave? It even tells you when you sitting in a multitude of elders, keep your mouth shut. You ain't got nothing to say, just shut up and listen and learn. So you exalt yourself and then you got a great fall. All that, Satan set that up. He had us in his crosshairs. He thought he had us. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood. So hey, if he give it to you, he's going to give it to you, but hey, you're going to be free. They don't want that. What men want to do today is tell you you can't be divorced by any means, no matter how bad they shit on you. But guess who knows the law? The elders do.
That's right. That's right.
We're dealing in a time now that there are even wicked elders. Who was that? Suzanne? Beautiful looking Israelite woman, wasn't she? And these two elders are lusting after her, wanted her. And there was another wise one. He got two voices of an elder against his, oh, she's finished. She done for. Then all of a sudden there was a wise one over here. Hey, I got a few questions I want to ask. See, if you fear Yah, he always got your back. And your front and your sides. He always does. Women, you ain't going to be abused. You mostly do all the abusing. Y'all put a good thing in front of you and you'll tear it down too. Because a wise woman build a house, but a foolish woman always plucking it down. Yep. Jordan, you don't even know how good you got it. She said, I don't even want to know evil anyway. All I want to know is this. Yes. I would ask you to ask some of these sisters how bad it is out there, but don't even ask, so you be better off not knowing. They wouldn't even want you to know. There's a girl, don't worry about it, you just keep doing what you're doing, stay where you're at, keep submitting to your hood, you fine right there. You don't need to know evil in order how to do good. And you know this crazy oxymoron we got going on today? You got those of us who have been in the world, who have been abused, and we have used the world, even to our own advantage. And here we are running a Yah, but you got people born in this faith, literally raised in it. They want to go run to the world. That is backwards, isn't it? Read on.
It is my understanding that a man isn't to take another wife unless he can take care of her as well. And also to add, I came from a nice career.
What is this taking care of? I mean, a man is only charged to provide you food, clothing, and conjugal right. You thinking, the first wife got a house, I need a house. Third wife need a house, she got a car, I need a car to equal value. Who told you that crap? I'm going to say it again. John 14, in my Father's house are many what? Didn't say many houses, many mansions. Huh? And I go to prepare, what, a mansion for you? Or what, a place for you in the what? If you got a room and a shower, you good. I mean, after all, I thought you wasn't planning on making up roots here anyway. I thought there's nothing between your soul and your Savior. I thought we going to get out of here. We going to Zion. I thought we going over yonder. I thought we tired of this life. See, she go get in that situation, then she complains about it. Because she's being dealt with evilly. Read on.
Also to add, I came from...
And I know who this is too. Read on.
I came from a nice career as a medical assistant. I was not on Section 8, so I wasn't relying on him beyond the fact that he did not want me to work. Please respond soon, and thank you.
You just a dumb woman. You eating the fruit of your own ways. My question is, why are you emailing me? Who am I? Because this guy's not going to submit to the order straightway here. So why write me? That's why I'm trying to get over you people. If you're not going to be part of us, even if you're part of us, you're going to be just going to be rebellious to hell. You'll be better off just go ahead and go on in your little miserable life. Because we're going to be holy here. We're going on. But see, here's somebody ain't even a part of it. I just spent all this time on this letter and covering other areas. And who they always write? Things go all right with Pastor Dowell. He holler and scream too much. Things go wrong. Pastor Dowell. We need an answer. Pastor Dowell. Everybody seems to know how to weasel their way back to Straitway somehow. They want to go plow with my heifers. That's the elders and the mothers. And even when you get the answer, you're still looking for wiggle room to go do your own way. Because you don't like the answer they're giving you. And you say you want to be righteous. No, you don't. Stop deceiving yourself. You're wicked and you love wickedness. It's sad, isn't it? Come on.
Shalom Aleichem. My beloved brothers and sisters in Yeshua HaMashiach. My name is, and I am from south part of India, and leading Yah Shalom congregation here in the midst of heathen worshipers, and I am from south part of India, and we observe the Shabbat and feast. Nice to meet you all. Kindly send a newsletter, and I also knew about beloved Pastor Charles Dowell. Please kindly convey our heartly greetings to the whole family members as well as the body of the Messiah there.
I heard from India twice this week. They'll watch it. Pastor Ron is going to want to send everybody to India. He ain't sent nobody to India yet. Isn't that amazing? We hearing from all over, which I don't blame them. That's the one good thing the internet can be used for. Now, y'all going to listen? Everybody feeling pretty comfortable right now, right? Y'all listen to this. Now, this one, y'all ready? Y'all going to really listen to this one. I'm going to try not to interrupt, okay? Read, Sister Ashley.
Greetings, Pastor Dow. My name is a brother, a man. I'm 37 and currently in Pensacola, Florida. It's early in the Shabbat, and I'm reading as I usually do. I've been watching your videos for the last couple of months, and I can honestly say that you've saved my life. I just found out I was an Israelite, and a little over a year ago. And since then, I've been on fire and withdrew from the world, and I read diligently. I live a very set-apart life. My life is incomplete because I spend the Shabbat alone, reading. I cook 6-day afternoon, so everything is done so I don't cook or buy anything on the Shabbat. I was shot in the back of my head on 5/10/2009. I don't have any mental issues or cognitive deficiencies or anything like that. That the only residue from the attempted robbery is my left arm and my hand is paralyzed, and I walk with a cane. I don't have any illnesses or chronic medication for health issues. I walk 2 hours daily to keep in shape, and they tried to give me a motorized wheelchair at first, but Yah let me walk. So I told them to keep the chair for someone who needs it. Pastor Dow, I feel like a dead weight because I can't do much manual work, but I will help financially or any other way that I can. And in fact, I'm attending school now for associates so I can be an IT support specialist. I'm so tempted to sell my things so that I can come to Straitway. But given the climate in today's world, I figure it's best that I continue to build my spirit and get a job so that I can get my vehicle fixed and, Yah willing, visit to hold a Shabbat or Passover at Straitway. I don't ever want to be a burden or anybody or on anybody. That's not my style. And as soon as I get a job held down, I'm going to move to Nashville or the nearest place that I can find work when Yah gets me squared away. I want to come to the Shabbat every week and rise early to come help as much as I can on the grounds and help any way that I can with anything around the land. Everything came to a head for me the day before the 4th of July. One of my cousins came by to pick up a bed I was giving away. I had all my Bibles sitting out on my kitchen table, and my cousin was excited, telling me that he has a pastor who tells them at Bible study that we're Israelites. Me being the man that I am, I edified him. Then I asked him what kind of cult is he in, because the Israelites don't go to church on Sunday or eat barbecue pig feet. And he gave me the old fake Christian nonsense that the laws are done away with crap. So I had to hit him with the scriptures. He then got excited because he didn't know I knew so much about the Bible, and he asked me to come to his house on the 4th of July to their barbecue. I told him I wasn't patriotic, 1 iota. He gave me the old fake Christian nonsense. Oh, because it's not about no holiday, it's about spending time with your family. He told me he could cook me chicken. I told him I didn't want anything off of a grill pork had been cooked on, and he asked me could I come and bring my Bibles because I showed him my big 1611. In my mind, I was like, I didn't know what kind of sense it would make for me to waste my time taking my Bibles to a cookout, hot as hell, with music playing while people were smoking and drinking when my spirit told me to make him leave because I sensed a scoffer, a signal on the morning of the 4th of July. My mother called and asked me was I going to go to my cousin's cookout. Now, mind you, my mother knows I live set apart from all foolishness, drug use or drunkenness, swine, and I follow dietary laws, etc. I told her that my cousin and his church are confused because they say they're Israelites and they worship on a church on Sunday while getting high and eating pork. I told her, quote, the Bible says Saturday is the Sabbath day, and that day never changed, so it wasn't important to me to go to some stupid cookout with Bibles talking in the midst of foolishness. My mother told me that everybody has their own opinion and that it's all these different versions of the Bible that's confusing. I told her we were reading out of the same Bible and Yah isn't the author of confusion, and that anybody who holds a Bible without doing what it says shouldn't be around me, family or not. Now, she said it sounds like I'm in a cult, as if these people didn't already know I've never hung around any of them before I got shot or celebrated any pagan holidays. Now, Pastor Dowell, I'm 37 years old. I'm a grown-ass man who answers to nobody but Yah. I'm at my wit's end with this world. Everybody is so aloft and blissfully ignorant. The signs of the time have been here for a while. Any given time, society could break down and the nation would be under martial law. I'm truly sick of being subject to being around anyone who isn't about living like the Bible says. I'm going to get it together so that I can come visit Straitway. From what I see, you and Sister Carol and the rest of the Straitway saints are the only logical voices among the Israelite community, and that's why you guys attract so much hate. Because when you do what's right, the legions come out in droves against you. I was visiting my mother in Tallahassee a couple months ago, and I ran into some IUIC guys, and we were talking.
Let me make sure y'all listen to this, okay? He's visited his mother in Tallahassee, and he ran into some IUIC, that's Israel United in Christ guys, right? Watch this.
We were talking about the woman Christ called a dog in Matthew 15. The guy I was talking to was so stuck on telling me that the lady was white and couldn't be saved.
Y'all hear that? Wow. He was so stuck on saying that the woman was white. I don't know. And you can't be saved. You see how racist this is? Y'all see it? The spirit is just foul. But go ahead, read on.
The guy I was talking to was so stuck on telling me that the lady was white and couldn't be saved. I studied to show myself approved unto Yah, and I told the dude that a couple of lines down, Christ healed the woman's daughter because she had strong faith, so her being white was not even a factor.
Isn't that something? Read on.
What happened next turned out to be my biggest blessing thus far in my walk with Yah. The dude told me that I need to go get on board with Pastor Dowell.
The IUIC. Crazy, isn't it? He said you need to go get on board with Pastor Dowell. Isn't that something? The IUIC, and you know he probably said it, but you need to go get on board with Pastor Dowell, you know. But watch this. Watch this.
I need to go get on board with Pastor Dowell as soon as I get back home or to the house. So I looked you up, and I've been watching you ever since. That white man is the devil doctrine is stupid as hell, and most of these Negroes are the damn devil themselves.
Y'all get it? I mean, I don't understand. I can't comprehend it. You follow me? Same way. That's how he come in contact with me. Thank you, IUIC.
I now realize that Straitway is the only way. I can't wait to get a job secured so that I can move and congregate on a regular basis. I'll be finished with my associate's degree in May of 2018. I thought about driving there. I'm going to catch a flight there to introduce myself in person so that you can gauge my spirit and my character and see that I'm sincere. I don't give a damn about this world. Whenever I do move, nobody I know will be privy to know my whereabouts because they are all heathen and I can't be bothered with them. And time is too precious to spend around heathen family or not keep doing what you're doing. You changed my life. I humbly send this small offering because I see your works. I watched your Concrete Straitway video the other day and I felt a little dismayed because I want to get my hands dirty with y'all, but a dumbass fool shot me in the back of my head trying to steal a car and some money that wasn't even mine. I've been watching your videos on silver lately, and you make perfect sense because I remember back in my freshman year economics class learning about fake fiat money. I always wondered why that subject wasn't pushed as serious as it should be, and we Americans are the dumbest group of people as a whole. I bought 1 pound of 100% silver bullion bars and a safe, and I'm going to continue to buy a couple silver quarters a month until I make my move to Nashville. I want to eventually have a tiny house built on your land, but you got to crawl before you walk. I'll come visit and let you be the ultimate judge of everything concerning me being allowed to be privileged enough to even be on your property. After all, you don't know me from a can of paint. This world is crazy as hell, and you must vet someone desiring to come into your home. I can assure you that you will find me worthy to be a straightway saint, as I have no vices or drug use or violent outbursts, nor am I a faggot or aiming to introduce any doctrine or sow any bad seeds into your blessed community. I was going to wait until I finish with a degree before I come to visit. I'm going to order a round-trip ticket to Nashville as soon as I'm done typing this letter, and I'm going to contact you all to get transportation from the airport. I said I was going to come for a week. I'm going to come from August the 3rd until the 4th, the 10th, in time to start my fall semester. Pastor Dowell, if this visit is feasible, could you please give me a yay or nay so that I can get everything together? I know you're a very busy man, and I don't have time to respond to every letter you get by email.
Hallelujah. Isn't that all right? Yes, sir. And I already sent him response, told me he can come on up and visit. But isn't that amazing? You get over there and go and Pastor Dowell, what you need to do. And he comes to teach. He says, best movie biology. It's amazing, isn't it? Yes, sir. It's amazing. Oh, hallelujah. Did y'all learn anything? Yes, sir. That's Torah portion for you, Brother Eric. Uh-oh, look at him looking.